Hello, everybody. I am Ken Ferreira, 2526 EASFAA President, and I am joined by colleagues on the 2526 Council, and we're pleased to bring to you today a mid-year update on the milestone goals that we identified early in my year as president. And so I'll do quick first name introductions, but if my colleagues in the Zoom could introduce themselves and their role on EASFAA, I'd appreciate it. Asia, we'll start with you.
Hi everyone, my name is Asya Taj and I am membership chair for 2526.
Thanks, Asia. Jason.
Hi, I'm Jason Kahn. I am co-chair of the conference.
Thanks, Jason. Mika.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mika Lim, co-chair of the training committee.
Thanks, Mika. Nick.
Hey, I'm Nick Pruitt. I'm the president-elect of EASFAA.
Thanks, Nick. Taylor.
Hi, everyone. Taylor Kruder, past president of EASFAA.
Thank you, Taylor. Jaron.
Hi, everyone. Jerron Tucker, co-chair of the DEIB committee.
Excellent. And last but not least, Kendrick.
Hi, everyone. This is Kendrick Miles, co-chair of the DEIB committee with Jerron.
Okay, so we have a PowerPoint deck that we've prepared, and I am going to share my screen, and my colleagues and I are going to give an update on where things are at with milestone goals. I think that the membership will be pleased with the progress that we've made. We will also be circulating this in a written form with a written update as well as the copy of the PowerPoint. So before we dig into that, remember that EASFAA is where connection meets impact. We bring financial aid professionals together through a premier annual conference. We deliver standout training for every career stage, embed inclusion into everything that we do. We build strong and ethical leadership and foster a thriving member community where everyone has a voice and a role. We completed EASFAA at 60, our new strategic plan, which honors our legacy and helps to shape our future almost a year ago, and presented it at the conference in 2025. The EASFAA strategic plan has 5 strategic goals that will consistently commit to excellence in leadership, that will embed DEIB principles into organizational culture and operations, that EASFAA will foster a culture of active participation among our membership, that will be positioned as the premier training and networking resource, and that our conference will become the premier event for our regional financial aid colleagues. Each of the 5 strategic goals have objectives underneath them that will bring these goals to life. As part of my presidency, I asked the council to identify what I called milestone goals, which are the objectives that we committed to setting or that we committed to accomplishing for 25-26. Regional council, as I mentioned when we did this, will communicate progress through the year on these milestone goals. This is our mid-year update. It's important that we do this because remember, the strategic plan comes from you. It needs to serve as the guiding document of our work going forward. It has to communicate on the progress made, and we need to also communicate if we're making adjustments, as the strategic plan is a living document. So, for DEIB, diversity, equity, inclusion, and belongingness, the milestone goals that we identified for 25-26 included a survey and development of a DEIB annual report. Co-chairs of the DEIB committee, Kendrick Miles and Jerron Tucker, are here with me to give an update on how our progress is shaping up on DEIB.
Happy to announce that our inaugural survey this year was able to be launched ahead of schedule. We were able to issue that on August 15th. Naturally, hearing some of the feedback from many of the members, we wanted to make sure we address the concerns of everyone to ensure that everyone can feel comfortable with completing the survey given the time in which DEIB, the phrase itself, is under attack, but the mission itself is still strong. As a result of this, we've been able to see rapid increases in our survey submissions. And currently, as of today, we have 196 total submissions, which we're proud is not necessarily our set target goal, but we will continue to push forward and try to make sure that as many members can complete it as possible to their comfort level. I will add to this is that one of the things from the survey, which we're making sure we practice what we preach, in relation to someone had mentioned on the survey that we weren't being very acknowledgeable of other holidays and traditions for certain religious groups. And as a byproduct of that, we are creating our all-inclusive calendar, which would be a shared calendar for EASFAA and financial aid administrators to reference when scheduling events, incorporating holidays and observances across diverse communities to make sure that we're offering opportunities on days that don't conflict with people's holidays that they celebrate, and making sure that we're at the forefront and keeping members informed of those potential conflicts that can exist. And that adds to our all-inclusive resource page, which we have built a subcommittee to work on that and curate these inclusive materials, not just for a shared calendar, but also materials that can help financial aid administrators in their day-to-day work, managing staff, as well as dealing with students who may come from backgrounds that prevent certain conversations that they're not familiar with. And as a result of the survey as well, we are looking to launch a neurodivergent presentation. We're looking forward to hopefully we can lock that in and present to memberships because you were all loud about that in the survey. And as you can see, our survey completion percentage is at 10.8%. That's as current based off of the total amount of members with a goal of reaching 25%. So naturally we'll have continued engagement around that to try to close that gap.
Thank you. Okay. Included in the milestone goals were membership milestone goals that were to increase membership engagement by 10%, develop 2 membership campaigns that help to drive membership, and then review our existing membership model with recommendations by May of 26. Membership Chair Asya Taj is here to give us an update on where we're at with the milestone goals for membership.
Thank you, Ken. The first update, which is really important, probably not directly related to our goals, was a change to our bylaws. And what we wanted to do is streamline the process. So we aligned our membership year with our fiscal year. So now membership year runs from July 1 to June 30th. All of the paid members whose membership was supposed to end May 31st has been extended to June 30, 2026. We are reaching out to those members who were our members in the past and since have lapsed, and the communications are going out, and we will be sending 2 to 3 more email communications this year before we close out. We also worked with training and created a survey for our membership. The idea is that we really want to hear from our membership, and we want to design our training programs which best meet the needs of our membership. We are tracking membership engagement in our system, and engagement uses different metrics. For example, event registration, whether you attend the event or not, your login activity to our system, and the email open rate. Right now, the overall engagement is at 23.25%, and we are going to be running different campaigns to increase that engagement rate. What we are also doing is updating our system for the training events. So if you attend a training, we then make sure that your attendance is tracked in the system.
Thank you so much, Asya.
We are also doing some data cleanup. So if you have a duplicate record in our system, we are making sure that we clean that up. So we have our baseline is very, very clean when we are looking to improve our engagement.
Thanks. So lots of work underway with membership and DEIB thus far. Can we also do an update, Asya, on our subcommittee for membership, EASFAA Connects?
Yes, Ken. EASFAA Connects is doing amazing work this year also. For 25-26, we have 22 mentors and 23 mentees. We have 9 coffee chat sessions scheduled where we not only talk about, there's a general conversation about the program, how it is going between mentors and mentees, but we also invite speakers to talk on specific topics. We also have sent a survey to our mentors and mentees to get real-time feedback on how they feel the program is progressing. So
Wonderful.
That's it from me, Ken. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, for training, we identified 3 milestone goals where we were going to establish a virtual connection community and we were going to develop and maintain a roster of experts. We also wanted to implement cohort-based professional development opportunities. And so here with us is Training Committee Co-Chair Mika Lim with an update on where our progress is on these 3 milestone goals. Mika.
Thanks, Ken. We have been very busy. In addition to the Tuesdays at 2 and the credential offerings, we've really been focused on moving the needle on these milestone goals. So for that virtual connection space, we launched the EASFAA region Slack channel in March of last year. And since then, 480 members have joined that space, creating an opportunity for that real-time connection and informal peer support for our region. And to keep that space really active and welcoming, we recruited and onboarded 3 Slack community ambassadors to help kind of keep the conversation going, encourage that ongoing engagement. I really wanted to highlight a September 23rd virtual after party that we held following a Tuesday at 2 with NASFA and EASFAA presidents. And that was a really fun event where we had everyone jump on Slack at the same time, and we saw really fun participation and really meaningful community building. We really enjoyed that. At the same time, we've really been focusing on these other milestone goals. So we created a milestone goal subcommittee to focus on some of that longer term work of developing cohort-based professional development programs and identifying a roster of training experts. We brought our ideas to EASFAA Council and received some directional feedback. So we are focusing pretty intentionally on supporting leadership development of mid-level professionals. So that's really exciting. We feel like this is a space that we can really support institutions across our region. So stay tuned for more information on that. We have drafted a proposal for that program. We're currently referring to it as the EASFAA Lead Forward, so stay tuned for more. And we are developing the program structure, developing the financial requirements, making sure that we have the full blueprint designed this year so that the council and the committee next year can take all of that into consideration and implement with the 26-27 cycle. So a lot of fun things to come.
Thanks, Mika. And yes, that after party with NASFA and EASFAA presidents was so much fun, and I need to work on my use of emojis and figure out how all that works. And so just like with DEIB and with the membership committee, some really, really strong, outstanding work is taking place with EASFAA training and progress made towards these milestone goals. So thank you. Okay, for the conference, we identified 3 areas within the conference for milestone goals that included enhanced collaboration emphasis, professional growth empowerment, and communicating EASFAA's unique value proposition. Conference co-chair Jason Kahn is here to give an update, and we'll kick it off, Jason, first with enhanced collaboration emphasis.
Thanks, Ken. Excuse me. One of the things that we're doing is focusing on these lunch table shared interests, such as student employment, technology reporting, managing up, and office culture, to really get people involved in a way that they're not just attending sessions. Again, trying to do cross-institutional knowledge sharing and to be able to encourage collaboration among all of the attendees at the conference.
Thanks, Jason. And then you also have a significant amount of progress on professional growth and empowerment.
Yes. So one of the main things here is that we put together development tracks for the sessions at the conference. Those include OB3 as well as a novice track, ensuring that the attendees have a dedicated track for what they want to accomplish while they're at the conference and to be able to learn and participate.
That's right. And then last but not least, the communicating our unique value proposition. That is central to our strategic plan.
It is. And one of the things that we're doing is really trying to, again, encourage collaboration and involvement, doing that through, again, the tracks that we talked about in the previous slide, as well as having the Department of Education Ask a Fed table at the conference, where they can have direct access to federal partners and ask questions. We're doing organized social activities such as the Philadelphia Phillies game, and really trying to show that the EASFAA conference is a unique and professional experience that should be both meaningful and memorable.
Yeah, I can't wait. So thank you to you, your committee, to Anne, your co-chair. And so this is all great work. Thanks, Jason.
Thank you.
Okay. Also central to our strategic plan is an emphasis on leadership. And as I mentioned at the height of this, we will have an update on the leadership summit that took place in Manchester, New Hampshire. But we also had an ad hoc committee of sorts developing a code of ethics. And so EASFAA past president Taylor Kruder is here to give an update on the summit, to give an update on the code of ethics, and she and Nick, our president-elect, will tag team an update on where we're at with meeting these leadership milestone goals. So Taylor?
Thanks, Ken. Yeah, yesterday we had the ability to lead both the regional council as well as all of our guests with the leadership summit through an exercise that really helped us understand what we need in terms of expectations for our executive council and elected officers. One of the things that we really focused on is identifying the behaviors that we want our EASFAA leaders to hold themselves accountable for, but then also what we would expect an EASFAA leader would not do or participate in. And so we want to make sure that there's some continuity across leadership styles in elected officers year after year. And so what we're doing is we actually led an exercise in which everybody was able to participate, both the new voices at the table as well as those of us who are in elected roles and have sat around the table for quite some time, about what it means to be an EASFAA leader and the expectations we should hold ourselves to. We now have draft statements that we'll now take back. We'll work on those, we'll edit them a little bit, and we'll bring them to regional council meeting next month. We'll probably have a draft iteration at that point as well, where we'll do a little more editing, and then we'll be able to debut those by year end as well.
Nick, anything to add?
No, other than I think this sets the foundation for us to continue to grow and develop leaders in our association and provides the framework and transparency that all of our members are looking for.
Thanks, Nick. Thank you, Taylor. Okay, so that is the mid-year update on our milestone goals. We will communicate another update on the goals at our May 2026 annual business meeting, which will be at the conference, which Jason, registration just opened if you want to give a plug to our conference in Philly.
Yes, it opened yesterday morning. If you can please register and look at the agenda, there's a lot of great sessions, both individual sessions as well as general sessions. Some great speakers lined up, so please register and attend the conference.
Yeah, and don't forget, it's our 60th. And so we'll have some special guests that'll be there, some invited guests, some past presidents. Some of them have retired and we haven't seen in a long time. And so it will be a great place to catch up and really underscore the unique value proposition of EASFAA. If you're watching this PowerPoint update and have not joined EASFAA, you can scan the QR code or you can find a way to join on our website. We appreciate all of your support. The EASFAA Council for 25-26 has really committed to bringing these milestone goals and our strategic plan to life. I cannot thank them enough. Mindful that they are volunteers. They are willing volunteers who are taking on a significant amount of work. And so I really, really do appreciate it and thank them for the update. Thanks, everyone. Take care.